The deep hum of the Odyssey's engines filled the cabin as Captain Mara Jensen stared at the blinking red dot on the navigation console. Every space agency in the galaxy had trained her for this, but nothing could prepare her for what she was about to face. The signal had arrived a week ago, coming from an uncharted star system near Gliese 581. It was strange, unlike any transmission humans had ever received. At first, the scientists thought it was interference or a technical error. But when the signal repeated the same words over and over, it became impossible to ignore. The phrase was haunting, sung in a melody that was almost painful to hear. "I can't stop screaming, but I don't want you to stop." No one knew who or what was sending it. No probe or satellite could reach the origin point, and every attempt to decode it had failed. That's why the United Earth Council had sent Mara and the Odyssey crew to investigate, to make first contact, and, if necessary, to save anyone in danger. Mara turned to her science officer, Lieutenant Aaron Voss. "Can we pinpoint the source more precisely?" she asked, her voice calm, though her hands were tense on the console. Aaron shook his head. "It's like the signal is moving, Captain. Not physically, but it's hard to explain. It's alive in a way our sensors can't fully track. It responds to our scans. Every time we approach, it shifts slightly." Mara swallowed. "So it's intelligent?" Aaron hesitated. "Possibly. Or it's controlled by something intelligent. Either way, it wants us to come." The crew gathered in the observation deck, staring out at the swirling clouds of violet and green gas that surrounded the planet where the signal originated. From orbit, the world looked like a dream. Towering crystal forests, rivers that sparkled with strange colors, and floating creatures that glowed faintly in the thin atmosphere. Lieutenant Hannah Lee, the ship's communications officer, adjusted her headphones. "I've never heard anything like this. The tone. It's beautiful. Almost musical. But it makes your chest tighten when you listen too long." Mara nodded, feeling the same strange weight pressing in her chest. "We're not here to enjoy a concert. We need to find the source and determine if someone is in danger. Prepare a landing team. We go down in 2 hours." When the Odyssey's landing pod pierced the planet's thin atmosphere, Mara felt a sense of awe and unease. The ground below was soft, almost like walking on moss, but it shimmered in ways that made it hard to focus. Strange, luminous flowers waved as if greeting them. The air smelled faintly of ozone and something sweet, like honey and metal mixed together. The team moved carefully, scanning the terrain. Lieutenant Raj Patel, the security officer, noted, "No signs of life. Yet. And no tracks. That signal is coming from somewhere ahead." As they approached a small valley, they found it, a towering crystalline structure, jagged and transparent like frozen light. The signal pulsed from its center. Mara raised her hand, signaling the team to stop. "It's alive," Hannah whispered. The crystal seemed to breathe, expanding and contracting slightly. And the melodic screaming, if that's what it could be called, filled the air. It was not screaming in anger or pain. It sounded like someone crying for help but also singing. Mara activated the translation device. A soft hum began to match the rhythm of the sound waves. Slowly, words began to form. "Please, help me. I am trapped. I am aware. I am afraid. But I must endure." A wave of emotion hit Mara and the team. They realized it wasn't just a signal. Someone or something was alive inside that crystal. The sound wasn't just a message. It was a living experience, and it pressed on their minds with strange intensity. "Captain," Aaron said, his voice tense, "whatever is in there, it's intelligent, and it's in pain. But it doesn't want us to stop listening. That's unusual." Mara frowned. "Unusual, yes. But we didn't come here to second-guess feelings. We came to help." She stepped forward, activating a field scanner around the crystal. Energy ripples spread across the valley floor. Inside the crystal, A form began to emerge, a humanoid figure, feminine, with skin that shimmered like liquid silver, appeared suspended in the center. Her hair floated as if underwater, and her eyes, deep violet, locked onto Mara's instantly. The melodic screaming intensified. The alien's voice, now clear through the translator, rang in their ears. "Do not stop. Do not fear me. But help me, please." The team froze, but Mara moved closer. "We're here to help," she said. "Can you tell us what happened?" The alien's face twisted with anguish and determination. "A parasite. It feeds on my fear, my pain. I am aware. I can think. I can feel. But it holds me here. I cannot escape. My screams, they are not only for me. They are warnings. You must be careful. It can hear you. It can sense your fear." Aaron's jaw tightened. "A sentient parasite? How do we fight something that manipulates fear?" Lyra, the alien's name, as they would soon learn, closed her eyes briefly, focusing. "It underestimates you. Your courage, your heart. If you do not give in to fear, it weakens. But one wrong step, one moment of doubt, and..." She shivered inside the crystal. "You will not survive." Mara took a deep breath. "Then we proceed carefully. Team, scan for weaknesses in the crystal. We need to understand how it's holding her before attempting a rescue." The team worked quickly, using advanced sensors and energy probes. They found the crystal was semi-organic, pulsating with a strange energy signature that resembled a heartbeat. Inside, Lyra's form was entwined with the structure. Her energy radiated outward, and her screams, though melodic, began to create small tremors in the surrounding ground. Hana's voice trembled slightly. "Captain, it's affecting the instruments. And me. I can feel anxiety rising in me. Just listening to her." Mara's eyes narrowed. "Focus on the task. Fear is the parasite's tool. It wants us to panic. We will not." She stepped closer to the crystal, extending her hand with a stabilizing device that emitted calm frequency waves. The waves pulsed in harmony with Lyra's energy. Slowly, the tremors subsided. Lyra's voice softened. "You understand. You do not fear. You are human. Yes? Your minds, your spirits, they resist what I cannot. You are stronger than you know." Raj frowned. "Stronger? We're just humans. What can we do against something that manipulates fear?" Lyra's eyes met his. "You do not fight like others. You fight with your heart and mind together. That is why I called to you. You can help me." Mara looked around at her crew. "Then we will help. But we must be smart. Aaron, Hana, find a way to stabilize her and weaken the crystal. Raj, you'll protect us if anything goes wrong. Everyone else, ready your scanners. We proceed carefully, and we proceed together." Lyra's melodic voice filled the valley once more. "Thank you, brave humans. I cannot stop screaming, but with you, perhaps I may survive." As the sun, or what passed for a sun in that system, shone through the crystal forests, the Odyssey crew felt a mix of awe and determination. Humanity had faced unknown dangers before, but never like this. Never a being trapped between pain and consciousness, calling for help in a way no human had ever imagined. Mara tightened her grip on her device. "This is what we were made for," she whispered to herself. "To face the unknown. To stand when others would flee. Let's bring her home." Above the valley, the alien world seemed to hold its breath. The luminous flowers swayed. The rivers shimmered brighter, and the bioluminescent creatures floated closer, as if watching the first contact of humans and a being who had called for help across the stars. And for the first time, Lyra's voice, though still filled with pain, carried a note of hope. "Do not stop. Do not stop." Mara nodded to her team. "We won't." The rescue had begun. The valley shimmered with strange light as the Odyssey crew gathered around the crystalline prison. Lyra's voice still echoed through the air. haunting and melodic. Her presence, though invisible except through the crystal, was strong, almost tangible. Every note of her screaming carried emotion, urgency, and intelligence. The team had learned quickly. This was not a sound to fear, it was a call to understand. Captain Mara Jensen studied the crystal with her scanner. The readings were confusing, yet mesmerizing. The structure was semi-organic, its surface moving subtly, almost like it was breathing. Energy pulses ran through it in patterns that resembled a heartbeat. The more they scanned, the more they realized the prison was not just physical, it was alive, in a way that human technology struggled to comprehend. Lieutenant Aaron Voss frowned at the readings. "Captain, the crystal is resistant to almost every frequency we can produce. But I think it responds to Lyra's voice. Her energy is part of the structure. The parasite is using her own life force to maintain the prison." Mara's brow furrowed. "So if we try to force her out with our tech, we could harm her?" Aaron nodded. "Exactly. We need a careful approach, one that works with her energy, not against it." Hana Lee adjusted the translation device again, listening as Lyra's words filtered through in fragments. "Do not fear. Work together. The parasite. It senses you." Her voice wavered, but there was determination there too. She was teaching them, guiding them, even while trapped. Raj Patel, the security officer, scratched his head. "So, we have to follow her instructions and—" "What? Hope the parasite doesn't notice our fear?" Mara gave him a firm nod. "Fear is its weapon. We stay calm, we work together, and we outsmart it. That's how humans survive the impossible." She glanced at the team, letting the weight of responsibility settle. "We're here for her, not just to observe. Let's figure out how." Aaron suggested a trial. "If we can synchronize a device to Lyra's energy, maybe we can weaken the crystal temporarily. It's risky, but it might allow us to interact with her more directly." Mara nodded. "Do it. Hana, help him calibrate the resonance scanner. Raj, stay alert. If anything goes wrong, we evacuate immediately." The team worked in tense silence. Every wave of Lyra's voice seemed to test their resolve. The melodic screaming filled the valley, twisting and echoing against the crystalline walls. Some of the crew felt a creeping anxiety, a whisper of fear that tried to slow their movements, but Mara's words kept them steady. "Fear is the parasite's tool. We are humans. We do not surrender." After an hour of careful calibration, the device was ready. Aaron activated it, and a soft hum filled the air. The sound waves aligned with the pulses from the crystal. Slowly, the tremors stopped. Lyra's image in the center of the structure became clearer. She floated there, her shimmering body reflecting the valley's lights. Her eyes, deep violet and luminous, locked on Mara's. "You understand," she said, her voice soft but urgent. "You can help me, if you are brave enough." Mara swallowed. "We are. Tell us what to do," Lyra explained, carefully and clearly. "The parasite is intelligent. It feeds on fear and pain. If you approach recklessly, it will react violently. But if you work as one, combining your courage and creativity, you can weaken it. I can guide you, but you must not falter. One doubt, one hesitation, and the crystal will respond violently. You could be trapped too." Raj glanced at her, skepticism in his eyes. "And you expect us to just not be afraid? That's easier said than done." Lyra's expression softened. "I do not ask for perfection. I ask for determination. Humans have a strange strength, one that even I cannot fully comprehend. Your minds and hearts together create something the parasite cannot predict. That is why I called you." The crew exchanged glances. They were frightened, yes, but determination burned brighter. Mara stepped forward. "Then we proceed carefully. We combine our minds and hearts with yours. Show us what to do, Lyra." The plan was delicate. The crew would synchronize their devices with Lyra's bioenergy, creating a resonance field around the crystal. This field would dampen the parasite's control, giving them a small window to interact with her directly. Hana and Areen adjusted the devices, while Mara and Raj positioned themselves to respond to any sudden threat. The valley seemed alive with tension. Every pulse of the crystal, every note of Lyra's screaming, carried the weight of life and death. As they began, the crystal responded immediately. Spikes of translucent energy shot outward, forcing the team to step back. Raj raised his protective shield. "It's reacting! Be careful," Mara nodded, holding her ground. "Stay calm. Focus. Remember why we're here." Lyra's voice rang out, steady and encouraging. "You can do this. Work together. Feel your courage." The resonance field strengthened. Slowly, the crystal pulses began to synchronize with the devices. Lyra's image became more solid. She reached out. Not physically, but through the energy around them. The team felt her presence like a warm tide, calming their fears. Aaron whispered, amazed, "She's helping us." From inside the crystal, "Her consciousness is guiding the field." "Incredible." Mara glanced at him. "That's why we were called. We're not just rescuing her, we're working with her. Humans and alien minds. Together." The crystal trembled violently, and a surge of the parasite's influence struck them. Hana stumbled, her pulse racing. It's trying to frighten us." Mara's voice was firm. "Stand firm. Remember, fear is its weapon. Resist it." The crew focused, letting determination replace anxiety. Slowly, the tremors lessened. Lyra's voice became clearer, almost triumphant. "You see? Together, you are stronger than it knows." With careful precision, the team adjusted the devices to amplify Lyra's bioenergy. The crystal's edges began to fracture, faint cracks forming in the surface. Light spilled from the fissures, and the screams softened, though they did not stop entirely. Lyra's words were urgent now. "Do not stop. Keep going. Every moment counts." "One more step." Mara motioned to Aaron. "Increase the frequency alignment. Hannah, keep translating. Raj, stay ready." The cracks widened. The crystalline structure pulsed wildly, and the melodic screaming became almost unbearable. But the team persisted. They held their focus, synchronized their devices, and let Lyra's energy guide them. Finally, a larger fissure opened, and Lyra's form shimmered more brightly than before. She gasped through the translator. "Almost. Free. You are amazing." Raj exhaled in relief. "We're actually doing it." Mara nodded, though her focus never wavered. "Not yet. We're close. But this is just the first step. The parasite is still here. It will fight harder now." Lyra's voice, though weak from the parasite's influence, carried gratitude and hope. "You have courage, more than any of my kind has seen. But the challenge is not over. The parasite will not give up easily. You must remain strong." The team backed away cautiously, taking a moment to rest and recalibrate. For a brief moment, the valley felt peaceful. The luminous flowers swayed gently, and the rivers sparkled in the alien sunlight. It was a reminder that, despite fear and danger, beauty and life persisted. Mara looked at her crew, pride shining in her eyes. "This is why humans are extraordinary. We face what others fear. We stand when others flee. And we do it together. That's how we will save her." Lyra's final words of the day echoed softly through the valley. "Do not stop. You are my hope. Humanity is my strength." The team returned to the Odyssey for the night, exhausted but determined. They had made progress, but the journey was far from over. The parasite had already shown its intelligence and its cruelty. They knew the next encounter would be more dangerous, but they also knew this. As long as humans worked together, with courage and creativity, no alien threat could easily break them. And in the alien world under two suns, the crystal shimmered, alive with both the parasite's dark influence and Lyra's resilient light. Humanity had arrived, and the universe was about to witness their power in ways no one could imagine. The Odyssey's landing pod hovered above the crystalline valley as the crew prepared for their second attempt to free Lyra. The first step had worked. Lyra's energy could be synchronized with human devices, but the parasite was intelligent, and it would not remain dormant. Mara knew they were entering far more dangerous territory. "Everyone ready?" she asked, glancing at her team. Hana checked the translation device, Aaron adjusted the resonance scanners, and Raj readied his protective equipment. Each of them nodded, tense but determined. Lyra's voice filled the valley, calm but firm. "You have come back. That is wise. The parasite knows you. It will react. But do not falter. I will guide you. Focus on my energy, not your fear." Mara took a deep breath. "Then let's begin. Move slowly. We act as one." The valley felt different this time. The crystal tower pulsed more violently, its edges shimmering with darker energy. The melodic screaming had grown louder, more chaotic. The parasite had reacted to their first attempt. Mara could feel a cold pressure in her chest, a subtle psychic nudge, almost like a warning. Aaron whispered, "It's testing us, trying to scare us into failure." Mara's eyes narrowed. "We will not give it that power. Remember, fear is its weapon. Courage is ours." With careful steps, the team approached the crystal. Lyra's energy reached out like a gentle tide, wrapping around their devices and minds. They felt her presence not just mentally but emotionally. Calm determination, quiet hope, and the longing for freedom. "Focus," Lyra urged. "Do not let it frighten you. Your hearts are stronger than it knows." Hana synchronized the translation and resonance devices with Lyra's energy, while Aaron monitored the crystal's pulses. Each wave of the parasite's influence struck the team like cold water, whispering doubts and fears. But the humans resisted, holding their focus as tightly as Mara gripped her device. Raj muttered, "This thing is clever. It knows how we think, tries to break our minds." Mara replied, calm but firm, "Then we use our minds together. That is our strength. Teamwork is our weapon." The crystal trembled violently as they reached the first fissure created in their previous attempt. Dark energy surged outward like smoke, twisting and writhing in the air. Lyra's voice became more urgent. "Move closer. Synchronize your courage with my energy. Only together can we weaken it." Aaron adjusted the device, increasing the alignment with Lyra's pulses. The team felt a surge of power, an almost overwhelming connection. They could sense the parasite trying to reach into their minds, to amplify fear and doubt. "Don't let it," Mara shouted. "Focus on Lyra, not the fear." The energy pulses strengthened, and the crystal began to crack further. Light spilled from the fissures, washing over the valley in waves. Lyra's form shimmered more vividly, her silver skin reflecting the alien sunlight. "Yes. You see? Your courage. It hurts it," she cried. "Push forward." Hana, her hands steady despite the chaos, spoke into her headset. "Captain, the parasite is adapting. It's increasing its psychic pressure. If we don't act fast, it could trap us too." Mara's jaw tightened. "Then we act faster. Synchronize fully with Lyra. She is our guide." The team focused, their devices creating a resonance field that pulsed in perfect harmony with Lyra's bioenergy. Slowly, the dark energy of the parasite weakened. The crystal's edges cracked more deeply, and faint strands of light escaped from its surface. Raj gasped. "It's working. The parasite is losing control." Lyra's voice rang out stronger than ever. "Yes. Keep going. Almost. Free." Suddenly, the crystal trembled violently, more violently than before. Spikes of translucent energy shot outward, forcing the team to leap back. Raj raised his protective shield just in time, deflecting a shard that would have pierced the pod. Mara grit her teeth. "It's fighting back. Stay strong." Aaron's fingers flew over the controls, stabilizing the resonance devices. "We can handle it. Focus on Lyra, everyone." The alien's voice cut through the chaos. "Do not stop." The parasite fears your unity. It cannot break what is joined together. The team pressed forward, moving carefully but with determination. Each wave of the parasite's attack seemed weaker now, unable to break the humans' mental shield. Lyra's energy flowed into them, reinforcing their courage, amplifying their focus. Slowly, they reached the inner heart of the crystal. Here, Lyra's form was almost fully visible, suspended and trembling. But her eyes shone with hope. The parasite tried to lash out, sending waves of psychic pain. But the human's determination was stronger. You are almost free. Just a little more, Lyra urged. Mara raised her device and activated the final sequence of the resonance field. The crystal glowed brightly, and then, with a loud crack, a portion of it shattered. Light poured out, illuminating the valley, and for a moment, the parasite's influence faltered entirely. Lyra gasped and shifted within the crystal. Her voice, though still carrying the echoes of pain, was filled with gratitude. You have done it. Humans, you are my strength. The team paused to catch their breath. The resonance field still active but stabilizing. The valley felt lighter, as if the weight of fear had lifted. The luminous flowers swayed gently, and the floating creatures hovered closer, curious but calm. Aaron whispered, awe in his voice. We actually did it. We weakened it. She's almost free. Mara nodded, eyes fixed on Lyra. Not just us. Together, with her guidance. That's why we succeeded. The parasite, though weakened, was not gone. It pulsed within the crystal's remnants, trying to regenerate. Mara knew they had only one chance to finish this. Aaron, can the devices create a stable link long enough to extract her completely? She asked. Yes. But it will require perfect synchronization. Aaron replied. We have to act together, or it will overwhelm us. Mara glanced at her team, each member showing fatigue but unwavering determination. Then we synchronize fully. We move as one. Humans, Lyra, together. Hana adjusted the translation device, aligning with Lyra's energy. Ready, she whispered. Lyra's voice rang out, strong and commanding. Now, everything you have, focus it on me. Courage, determination, unity, break free. The resonance devices hummed, and a wave of energy flowed through the team, through the valley, and into the crystal. The parasite shrieked, a sound felt more than heard, as if reality itself protested, but the humans held fast. Fear had no power here, only determination, courage, and unity. The crystal fractured completely. Lyra's body floated free, her energy radiant and vibrant. She landed gently on the valley floor, gasping but alive. Her eyes met Mara's. You, humans, you are incredible, she said. I feared I would be lost. But you gave me life again. Raj let out a relieved laugh. That was insane. But we did it. Mara smiled, exhausted but proud. We're just humans. But sometimes, that's enough. Lyra's form shimmered as she touched their devices, transferring knowledge and understanding. Your species, you are remarkable. Your courage, your hearts, your minds together, that is power few can comprehend. I will never forget this. The team gathered around her, a mix of awe and relief in their expressions. The valley seemed alive with approval. The floating creatures danced above them, and the rivers sparkled with renewed color. The parasite was gone, destroyed by the combination of human determination and Lyra's bioenergy. You saved me, Lyra said softly. And in doing so, you showed what humans can do. You are more than explorers. You are protectors, warriors of the mind and heart. Mara placed a hand on her device, smiling. That's just who we are. We face the unknown, together. And we do not give up. Lyra's eyes shone with gratitude. Then perhaps, together, we can heal more than just me. Perhaps we can protect more worlds from this darkness. Mara nodded. We will. And we will learn from each other. That is the way of humanity. The alien world seemed to breathe with them, alive with light and hope. For the first time since they arrived, the team felt a sense of peace. They had faced an unknown terror and triumphed not through weapons or force, but through courage, unity, and the strength of the human spirit. And Lyra, the alien who had called out across the stars in melodic screams, now stood free, alive, grateful, and full of possibility. The valley was quiet now. The crystal had shattered, the parasite destroyed, and Lyra floated lightly on the ground, her silver skin glinting in the soft light of the alien suns. The rivers sparkled brighter, and the floating bioluminescent creatures danced around, as if celebrating the end of an ancient nightmare. Captain Mara Jensen and her crew took a moment to breathe, to let the weight of what they had accomplished settle in. Their faces showed exhaustion, but also pride. They had faced an alien intelligence that preyed on fear itself, and together with courage, unity, and ingenuity, they had succeeded. Lyra's eyes, luminous and deep violet, scanned the humans. She smiled softly. You did not just free me. You showed me what your species can do. I feared I would be trapped forever. But you gave me hope. You gave me life again. Mara stepped forward. We're just humans doing what we must. We help those in need. That is who we are. Lyra's voice carried awe. Humans. Your courage is unlike anything my people have seen. In all our histories, none have faced the darkness as you did. Hana, still adjusting the translation device, laughed softly. I never thought I'd hear an alien call humans heroes. But it feels right. Raj grinned. Told you humans were tough. Just needed the right challenge. Aaron shook his head in amazement. It's incredible. Her energy. Her presence. It's unlike anything I've ever studied. And it responded to our teamwork. Our courage made the difference. Mara smiled, proud of her crew. Then let's make sure the lesson doesn't end here. We need to bring her back safely and learn from her. Humanity can be stronger, wiser, and better if we share knowledge. The crew carefully guided Lyra back to the Odyssey. She floated just above the valley floor, her energy calm but still radiant. The landing pod glided smoothly, as if the alien world itself had recognized their purpose and offered safe passage. Once aboard, Lyra examined the human technology with wonder. Her fingers traced the surfaces of consoles and devices, absorbing knowledge quickly. Your technology, it is not only clever but adaptable. I can see why you survived the parasite's influence. You think as one and act as one. That is remarkable. Mara nodded. We face challenges that are often impossible. But humans, we don't give up. We learn. We adapt. And we stand together. Lyra's eyes glimmered with admiration. I see that now. I had heard of humans across the galaxy, but I never knew, never truly understood. You are extraordinary. Aaron spoke cautiously. Lyra, can you help us understand the parasite? It could be a threat to other species. Aaron. Unwell. Cooled. Aaron. Cooled. Cooled. Lyra nodded. Yes, it has terrorized many worlds, but with your help, we can stop it completely. Your courage amplified my energy. That combination, it is something few can withstand. I can teach you how to defend against it, to protect life. Hana's face lit up. So, we can learn from you and improve our technology. Lyra smiled. Yes. And in return, I hope to learn from you as well. Humans think, create, and feel in ways my people cannot fully grasp. I will carry your teachings back to my kind, and together we can share knowledge. Over the next several days, the crew worked with Lyra to understand her species' bioenergy and how it interacted with the parasite. Mara marveled at how humans and Lyra complemented each other. Their courage, ingenuity, and teamwork amplified her energy in ways she had never experienced before. "Your species has a rare gift," Lyra said during one session. "You combine logic and emotion in a way few can. That is why you survived where others would fail. That is why the parasite feared you." Mara smiled. "It's simple. Humans care. We care about each other. About life. That is our strength. And when we work together, nothing is impossible." Raj chuckled. "Well, it helped us survive, too." "Can't deny that." Lyra laughed softly, a sound like chiming silver bells. "You are humble, as well as courageous. That is rare." The crew learned quickly, translating her knowledge into practical applications. Bioenergy resonance devices were refined, defenses against psychic predators were enhanced, and new methods of communication and healing were developed. Humanity was becoming stronger, not through brute force, but through courage, teamwork, and empathy. Its defining traits. Finally, the day came to return to Earth. Mara stood on the observation deck, watching Lyra float near the pod's window, her eyes filled with gratitude and curiosity. "I will go with you," she said. "I want to learn more about humans. I want to help protect life. And I want my people to know what humans can do." Mara smiled. "Then you're welcome aboard. Humanity can always use friends who share our values." Lyra nodded. "I will teach, and I will learn. Together, we can protect the universe from darkness." The Odyssey lifted off, leaving the alien world behind. From orbit, the planet glimmered with new light, its forests and rivers shining with hope. The parasite was gone. The planet was healing, and humanity had proven that even in the farthest reaches of space, courage, determination, and unity could overcome fear itself. During the journey home, the crew reflected on the adventure. Each member felt changed. They had faced an unimaginable challenge and emerged victorious. Not through weapons or force, but through their human qualities: empathy, courage, creativity, and teamwork. Aaron spoke first. "I never thought humans could influence an alien world like that. We're stronger than I imagined." Hannah nodded. "It's true. We faced fear and danger, but we worked together. That made all the difference." Raj grinned. "Yeah, and we got to see the galaxy in a way most humans never will. Not bad for a week's work." Mara smiled. "We showed that humanity has a role in the universe. We are not just explorers. We are protectors, thinkers, and allies. And with friends like Lyra, we can do even more." Lyra's voice came softly through the translator device. "I will tell my people about you. They will know that humans are brave and compassionate. And I will continue to learn from you. Together, we can change the course of many worlds." The Odyssey glided through the stars, carrying not just humans, but a bond between species that would last for generations. The adventure had begun with a call for help, a haunting scream across the stars, and it ended with hope, knowledge, and unity. Mara reflected on it all. Humanity had faced fear, unknown intelligence, and alien worlds, and they had prevailed. Not because they were stronger in weapons or technology, but because they were human, resilient, courageous, and united. And in the endless expanse of space, that mattered more than anyone or anything could imagine. Lyra looked out the viewport at the stars, her voice quiet but filled with awe. "Humans, you are my hope. You are my strength. And together, we will protect life." Mara nodded. "That's who we are. That's what humans do. And this is only the beginning." As the Odyssey sailed onward, leaving the Gliese system behind, the crew knew the universe was vast, full of challenges and mysteries, but they also knew this: wherever fear threatened life, wherever courage was needed, humans would rise. And together with their allies, They could face anything. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and humanity, united, would shine brighter than any darkness.